I got my epoxy mixed up, and just apply some of this stuff to the scales here. Like so. Now I got it all clamped up, and we'll just let that set on there and come back tomorrow and I'll start shaping that handle. See what we can come up with. Here I am back. I let this set overnight and that epoxy dried up, so I'm just taking this little coping saw and trimming off some of the excess. So just following along the blade handle itself and try to take as much of this extra material off as I can. Anyway, I'll finish some of that up. Kind of like that. I'll do that all the way around the whole thing and get it close. Okay. Okay, this is what I got so far. Got a lot of that material removed. As you see, I stayed a ways away from the steel there. Now I'll just take a wood rasp and start shaping this thing out, filing these pins and see what I can come up with. Yeah, this is what I've come up with. Getting it down. Just starting to find the steel here. And got a couple of contours to make in there. Anyway, just keep working at it. Just making some final touches here. As you can see, I'm getting down to the steel here and just using this little rat tail rasp. Just have one little spot to get right here, and it's plugging up pretty quick, so I'm just using my wire brush to keep the rasp clean. But anyways, you can see I just take it down to where I just touch it, and then take a couple of strokes with a file to find it, because that epoxy is faking me out a little bit here. But anyway, I'm getting right down to it on this side anyway. And here I've returned to the other side, and I've using a file just to get down to the steel here, just making contact with it. Getting closer. You know what I got going on now, I got these pins sticking up here, and before I take this over to my belt sander and start shaping some of this, I'm going to take these pins down so it doesn't wear my sander out too much. Anyway, you get the idea there. Okay, you can see what I'm doing here. I've got these pins filed down there like that. Getting them all smooth. Okay, I'm going to keep working on those, both sides. Oop. And as you can see here, got these things taken down. They're smooth, and so now I'm just going to probably going to take a rasp and hit some of these areas, and I don't know if I'm going to use the belt sander or not. It seems to be going pretty good with the rasp, so I'll see how it goes. Coming around. Yeah, that's what I got. I did run it over to the belt sander and smoothed off some of these areas, and it's roughing in pretty good. I don't think I'm going to do a whole bunch more to it. I think I'll start giving a little bit of hand sanding and take off some of the high spots and some of these contours that I couldn't get. But I think for the most part I'm getting done. It's kind of a heavy handle, but it seems to fit all right. You know. So I'm getting there. I think I'll just clean it up and do some sanding and put a coat of linseed oil on it. And I just wanted to show you. You saw me using some of the tools, but basically there's the tools I used. A heavy rasp, a couple of 4-in-hand, and some lighter rasp, a rat tail, bastard file, and brush to keep things clean. This is a little bench knife that a friend of mine made me years and years ago. Yeah, it's just a little knife, but carbon steel. We put a little edge on it, and I've used the heck out of that thing. It's just always have it on my bench. I use it for scraping or opening boxes, or like today I used it to get some of the fine detail areas and the contours of that, so I could get that rat tail file in there. Coming around, I'll show you the finished product here in a bit.